This is Shane, Hurricane Helms, inviting you to watch Rasslin Rage. That's Rasslin, Rasslin, Rage, every Friday night, 8 p.m. on YouTube.com. And if not, what's up with that?
Oh! And there's nothing else I can say to that, but damn!
This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Corey Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Corey Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
I guess I didn't know where the transition was. Whoops. That's what happens when you make things like the day of. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Well, oh yeah, and then look, I don't have this up. Oh man, we're too busy talking. We're jaw-jacking back here, talking about you people in the chat. When you say you people, no. it's a Marysville thing. It's a Marysville thing. But hopefully we're not blaring you out on the microphones, but good thing. Anyways, welcome to the show. It's the monthly special where we do the State of the Rage. The State of the Rage is where we discuss or talk about all the things that have gone on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel, and we talk about things upcoming, you know, like interviews, matches, guest hosts, all that stuff. Anything that was uploaded, we're going to talk about it tonight. But tonight, I am joined by the six-time guest host. That's right, six-time guest host Danny Beals, and also the man, the myth, the legend, the legendary Skyjacker. You know what? I'm going to stop calling you Danny Beals from now on, and you are going to be the father. You're the father of
Skyjacker.
Father of.
Absolutely. You know what? He figured out how many times he's been on.
How many times have you been on? 4. Look at that. 4 times. Now, Taylor snuck in last week. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, she just like in the middle of the show with Claire, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, hello, how you doing? She's like, yeah, I heard there was ice cream.
Yeah, she was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right. No, she's like, I don't even know how many times she's been on. I don't know where she's at.
She's gotta be running close to 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was thinking so. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, good stuff. But listen, Rasslin Rage is brought to you by the official sponsor of Rasslin Rage. You may know them as Happy Harper Ice Cream. Check this out.
That guy.
Well. I can't wait to have some of this ice cream. Shogun's been waiting all day for this. After a long day of suplexing, there's nothing like some sweet ice cream to square me away.
Hey, Shogun. What's that?
Happy Harper's, Michigan's finest, most indulgent, loveliest ice cream.
What flavor?
Since you asked, Shogun Suplex Surprise, my own specialty flavor. Kind of like a lemon pie. Actually, just like old Shogun's grandma used to make.
Can I have some?
You want some of this ice cream? You want some of Happy Harper's ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can't have none. Get your own. Happy Harper's, Michigan's finest ice cream. Hit them up on Facebook to find out more.
Yes, Happy Harper Ice Cream. Go to Happy Harper Ice Cream on Facebook for all the available flavors. Also, I do believe that it is time that the weaponized master Alex Weir cuts a promo for Happy Harper with the Moonsalt Mint there. The weaponized whatever.
Because you know what? That stuff is dangerous.
And then I really do think, and I'm putting this on record because it's out there, it's live, right? I'm putting it on record. I really do think Josh needs to reach out to Andy's corporate and make that happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I really do. So, yeah, definitely check all that stuff out. And also, down in the description. You scroll down there, down in there. Okay. Now, if you're on your mobile phone, I think it's over here. There's like a little arrow. Click that. That'll drop down and bring into the description. Down in the description is the WWEshop.com. There's also a link to Highspots. If you click those links and you purchase something, Rasslin Rage gets a very, very minute, I mean minuscule, small, like grain of salt kickback, you know, whatever. Every dollar counts, goes back to the show, buy new microphones, whatever we may need. Something like that also helps me to get on the road to go to other shows because I'm broke. It's a joke. But anyways, there's also a donation link down there. Hey, listen, donations are not expected, but you definitely can do that if you would like. All that money goes right back into the show. Definitely can do that. And also, down there are prowrestlingtees.com/Rasslin Rage, where you can get yourself a Rasslin Rage T-shirt. There's 2 T-shirts on that website available. There's one with the Rasslin Rage logo and one of my awesome looking face. And then also there's a Teespring store. I don't have that link down there yet. I don't know why I haven't been doing that, but there's a Teespring that I'm working on, and you can get different Rasslin Rage stuff there as well. But there's a new T-shirt on the Teespring store, which is awesome. And it says Rasslin Rage up top, and there's a ring. And then it says established 2017, because in September, I believe it's September 29th, the exact date, the first live episode took place of Rasslin Rage.
It's hard to believe it's almost been 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. That's amazing. But it has come a long way, and there's still a long ways to go. So, you know, hold on tight. Listen, if you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. Hey, maybe you're catching us next week on Facebook, right? You're not watching on Facebook because, you know, that's how we do it. Next week, it'll go on Facebook on Thursday. If you're watching on Facebook, please head on over to r2youtube.com. That'll take you right to the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. Amazing stuff. All the content there. All the stuff we're going to talk about tonight. And many other things that I've done in the past as well. You know?
I'm gonna shame some folks right now.
Uh-oh.
I ain't even gonna beat around the bush. Listen, I go on there on Fridays when I'm not here.
Yes, sir.
I see 11 people watching, and I see 3 to 4 likes. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. It takes a second.
Right. Yeah. Please smash the like. Please definitely do that if you haven't done that already. Smash. Like 100 times, right? But also, don't forget, we have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Rasslin Rage. If you go there, hit that up, and, you know, follow and like all the stuff over there, and share it. You know, definitely share. That helps out too. Always share. Always. Anytime you see the videos come out, share them. The better. And that also helps the algorithm on YouTube. If you go to the YouTube page on your own accord and share that to a social media platform, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, whatever, that kicks in the algorithm on YouTube that says that people are sharing my content, and then that means more people want to see it, so they put it out there for more people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, what we need to do is get it on there with enough likes where YouTube starts paying you.
Well, we'll get there. Listen, I'm almost at one of you may notice, but on the YouTube page, it's not, you can't see my subscriber count, and I do that on purpose. But we are Rasslin Rage is almost a few subscribers away from hitting a milestone, and it's not the 1,000, but it's the 500 mark. So, you know, there was
way to go, Ragers.
Right, there was a time where I didn't think that was ever going to be possible to me. I can remember sitting at like 30, 60, you know, and going, man. And then the you get a couple, you lose a couple. You get a couple, you lose a couple. And it was like, you know, this up and down. That's, yeah. But I don't know, I had to do some soul searching for that and just kind of ride it out, you know what I'm saying? And it's working out now.
You know what? You rise too fast. You know,
right. Well, right. Well, and it might get to my head too. You never know. But that means it is time for the State of the Rage after this.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage.
That's right. It's the State of the Rage. So we had, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays it's been right now. Mondays could be anything. Wednesdays, typically interviews. Fridays, the live show. Live show's moving. I'm pretty sure I have it in my head. We talked about it. I'm pretty sure that I'm figured out. Well, no wonder it's so loud. I'm pretty sure I figured it out there we go. Where we're going to go, as far as the day and time and stuff like that. But the very first week, what do we have here? Boom, we're going to put it up there. The very first week we had a tag team match that came up from the MPWA New Breed, which this was their second show. I hadn't been to the first one. I went to the second one. I did interview there, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But and I did get permission from the promoter to film 2 matches. This is one of them. Was Savage Society, which our man Hyena Hagen's on in Savage Society, and then the New Era.
This was a really good match.
Yeah, it's got a lot of traction on YouTube too. It really has. And then the interview that you got to watch because you were there, Heidi Katrina interview.
Yes.
Man,
I got a couple of pictures that were taken just a couple minutes before.
Right.
Then one during. Maybe we'll put those public sometime soon.
I'm gonna I'll do this for you. If I'd have known earlier. Let's see, look at it. Bam! No, you can see Skyjack. Right like that. Bam! There he is. All right, but so trained by Bobby Brookside. Okay. 13 countries. 13 countries, and she hasn't been, it's not like she's been doing this for 20 years.
Right.
13 countries. She's in the U.S. right now. She's back in she's in the UK.
Right
she's
now.
in the UK
Yes.
right now. See, that's the thing. She's all over the place, right? She's in the UK. I know that she will be back in Japan very shortly. That's what she said during the interview there. And we talked about intergender wrestling, and she had a very good. I don't know how you would put it. She had like a way to put it. She's like, it's just like playing video games, right? And then in Street Fighter, you had Sonya or whoever versus whatever. So it's kind of the same thing when it comes to that intergender wrestling. So,
well, you know what? And I if you look at just her arms alone, she probably could beat up most guys that win.
Oh yeah, for sure. So thank you. I don't know how to say that name, but somebody just gave me a subscribe, and I want to say thanks so much for that. I couldn't read that name before it hit, but definitely good. And then the next week, right? So we'd call this week 2. I'm making some edits while we're on the fly here, but week 2. All right, week 2 we had the matchup, singles match, ladies match. Which, man, I'm telling you what. Anything with the ladies in it gets a lot of activity on the old YouTube there. But another match from MPWA New Breed second act. This was in New Baltimore, Michigan, by the way. Jexy Black, which I had never seen her live, and then Jocelyn Navarro, who we had seen at XPW.
Yes.
But did you know I was doing a little more research on her, and I found a match of her against Jazz. I think it was in Indiana for the NWA Women's title. Before Jazz vacated that title. Yeah, definitely. I didn't see that. So, definitely a good time. Check that out. And then, A Monster Among Us, an interview with the Michigan-made Monster Mongo, who, by the way, just went down to Florida and did that big tryout with WWN. And then I think he was on the show here in Livonia. I'm not sure. He did mention that. But did you know that he lives up in the upper north,
yes.
And he has to drive 2 hours to train. 2 hours to train. And he also is a trainer at Brooklyn Baller School in Bay City.
Well, that's like, Deuce used to do that. Deuce
lives
in Alpena. He
Yeah.
would drive all the way down here just to be trained. But I got to tell my favorite Mongo story. The first time I saw Mongo, was when he put the guy accidentally
Right.
through a legit table. I mean, just had no idea how strong he was, and he went through the table.
Right.
And even he shocked himself when he did it, And that was my first impression of Mago was, this guy is everything that he claims to be.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, definitely. No, I totally understand. I never would even expected it. But so definitely those were great. I enjoy Mongo. He's a good dude, and I hopefully we get to talk to him again. And then, dude, this was amazing, right? We had Rohit Raju and Cyrus Sati all in the same week. I mean, you were blessed, right? His mother calls him son, right? So, anyways, Rohit Raju, there it is. First Monday that I released an interview with I just felt like it had to go out. I couldn't wait a month because he just won the Cruiser Core title.
Yes.
He beat El Ridiculoso. He was going home the following weekend. I just felt like it had to go out now. There was no, if it would have waited, it would have lost traction. So I released it on the Monday, and then also, we'll talk about it in a minute. But then Wednesday came the interview with Rohit Raju. Really cool sitting down and talking with Akabra. A lot of people might, I know I talked about it before, but I mean, he was literally like flew in, drove, got out of the car, and was in the locker room like that.
Yeah.
Because it was that, because they canceled all flights because there was a big storm and all this other stuff. It was crazy, but he made it. He was here. He competed all 3 shows, the triple shot weekend with Pro Wrestling All-Stars, wearing Rampage 2 in Pontiac at the Crowfoot, and then out at Proving Ground on Sunday against Shogun.
And still looked very fresh against
Oh,
Shogun.
yeah, for sure.
We've seen a lot of Shogun's opponents.
Yeah.
And for being his third match in 3 days, Aquabar still looked fresh.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
ready to go. And he even took the big man off his feet.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But so, then there was that, and what, it was a different week, right? It was some different things going on. So you got another video on Monday, and you got so you got 2. You got highlight reel of Cyrus, and you got an interview with Cyrus, right? And which, some highlights from all 3 of the shows. Good stuff. I did try to get them matches over to him. I'm not sure if he was able to view them. But then the following week, you got to watch, some more Cyrus. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's go more, right? So you got Cyrus, you got that match between him and El Ridiculoso for the Cruiser Core title.
Was an awesome match.
Good match. Very good match.
Yes.
And they're, El Ridiculoso is a very entertaining guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Cyrus is entertaining, obviously, as well. But, it was a great match. And then Sexy Sean Casey, which, did you watch it?
Yes.
I talked to him about his induction. And, and I specifically asked him, because I don't think how do I say this without offending somebody? I'm not going to say normal, but fans don't really appreciate a lot of things like they should.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I was like, so the bad guy, he's booed, right? You're the bad guy. You come in, you're the bad guy, you get booed, and then you're told about. Then the crowd is told about your induction into the elite. The basically the Hall of Fame of Blue Water Championship Wrestling. And he says, and I says, and they're on their feet and cheering you. And he's like, it was the one time I almost cried, is what he said. And he had a whole lot more to say. And I'm not going to tell you everything because you're going to have to go watch it if you want to see that. But man, it was very humbling to sit down with him, and then to sit down with somebody who's also a very good friend of his, the following, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's pretty cool, man. And
and that's it. If you take at face value either one, and you avoid the chance to be able to speak to them, you absolutely miss out, because both of them truly great guys.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and another thing too with him is that there's only two wrestlers ever to be in Playgirl magazine, and he's one of them.
Michaels.
And he's one of them.
Yes.
So you got Shawn Michaels.
Twice he was in.
Right, and then you got Sean Casey, which, you know what I mean? And Sean Casey was in twice, yeah,
Yes.
like you said. And there's nobody that's done that other than him. Even Shawn Michaels hasn't done that. But awesome stuff. I was really humbled by that one, and it was a good day. I definitely had a good one. But now, Rohit Raju, real quick. I wanted to talk. I had to circle back to this one. One of the things that because I've been asking, I ask wrestling questions, but I'll throw a couple oddballs in there, throw them off. And I asked Rohit Raju, what's something outside of wrestling, or what's something that people don't know about you? He's like, I paid off my house.
Nice.
He was excited about paying off his house.
Got that impact money. Paid the house off.
Yeah. And he's like, well, he was talking about, he was on, I think it was, it's like 16 years or something like that. He was on independent scene, and he was working a regular 9 to 5. He was working a 40-hour job, 40 an hour a week job. And he was like, all the guys were telling you can't do that and be a professional wrestling. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And he did it up until the very moment, like right before he went official onto Impact full-time roster.
Didn't take anything for granted, just because it can all fall apart before it even gets off the road sometimes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So definitely a good thing. Yes, it is. I wish I could pay off my house, Brittany. You have no idea. That would be awesome. I'm how long have I been here? It's been about 10, 12 years now. So I still got about 18 years to go.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Oh, no. Okay, well, so now let's talk about some upcoming interviews, huh? What do you think about that, right? So State of the Rage, we talked about all the stuff. But we're going to talk about hosts. But first, we're going to talk about the upcoming interviews. What do you think about that? Okay, so listen, it's already up, waiting to go. It's coming up. You guys are going to see it next week, right? It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Very good interview with the man, Big John Murray. All right, Big John. I can't do anything about this one. Now you're Big John.
Big John's so big, we're lucky that they can see us.
Right, yeah. Big John Murray, 5MW. Some people were like, why did you interview him? Well, his whole career began in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
His whole career began in wrestling and then went off into the other things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
he's a cool guy. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely cool. Was on the Rock of Love.
Yeah.
He was on, I forget what it was, but it was another, hey, Mr. D'Arcy. It was also he was also on a bounty hunter show where he was a bounty hunter. He was part of the True Hollywood Story for Bret Michaels.
Yes.
So
he's done bodyguard work for a lot of famous bands.
Kid Rock, man, it's insane. But you can look for that one next week. Okay, so that'll be I don't know what the date is on that day, but yeah, you can definitely check that one out. And then which another one. Ooh, I did that. I didn't mean to. Oopsie. I'm doing it. I don't want to do this. I'm all confused. There we go. All right, sweet. And then a proving ground rookie and just booked to a show, his first show in Canada, Chem Valley Wrestling over there, Electric Ely.
Another guy who absolutely lives up to his name.
Sure. Very, very, yeah. He's electric for sure. And the ladies love him. The ladies love him. Most of the guys do too. That's kind of weird, but hey, whatever.
You know what? Really, all right. I want to see a match, and they would probably fill the house full of ladies. James Alexander against Ely. You put those two in the ring because the ladies love James too, and there ain't gonna be a seat for a man in the house.
One of the people said the little man in the middle grew real fast. Like that was you.
See that?
Hey, that's Skyjacker. I told him, man, I can't do anything about it. I was adjusted the other ones. I didn't know until I had already had all this stuff done that he was coming, but it is what it is. Life goes on, right?
He
But
threatened us.
yeah, Electric Ely, good dude, by the way. I see a very, very, very bright future for this gentleman. And during the interview, a little tidbit I'll give you. He talked about he went out to Minnesota and he trained with Booker T, and he was invited to come back. So
Very nice.
good stuff. Yeah, so that's a good one. And then another proving ground rookie, which I really like this guy too, and I think he's going to go a lot of places, is Sam Beal. All right, good kid, man.
Very humble.
Right. When I talked to him, I was after a proving ground. It was, I forget what episode of the proving ground for XICW it was, but very humble kid, very nice guy. He's he's doing what he needs to do to get where he needs to be.
I just seen that he's coaching a high school football team.
Really?
I just seen that this morning. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's leader. That's leadership.
That's it. You know what got me about this kid was he had a choice. All right, he could have either blown something off to come and do the interview right away, but he was like, hold on, can you guys hold up a minute, because I want to help tear the ring down.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't all about him, it was about company first,
Oh yeah.
the boys
Absolutely.
first, and then him.
Right. And and I had to go pull favors because it was getting late.
Right?
I did. I literally did. I don't usually do that. I really don't. And I don't.
No.
I usually don't go, oh, I'm so and so, and I don't do that. You know what I mean? That's not humble. That's not humble. But I walked right up to MM3 and I said, hey, bro. I says, the kid's, he's trying to earn his keep. I'm doing an interview with him. I got to drive an hour home. I got all these people with me. Can you please let him come over? He's like, absolutely. And he went over, dude, go do the interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had to go cut. I did, and I told Sam, I said, I wanted you to do what you need to do. I don't want to be the guy that gets you in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Or unbooked from XI. Yeah, right. No, not cool. But no, really cool kid. Definitely look out for him. I'm excited to see what he does on XICW Proving Ground.
Yeah, him and Ely are definitely two that you're gonna want to keep an eye
Oh
on.
yeah, for sure. I like it for sure. And then the big one, Impact star, OVE member, Madman Fulton. This guy is 6'8". Do you understand how far the camera had to be back?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't help that Josh had it zoomed in a little bit. But anyways, he had to I'm serious, he had to be way back there so that it was
that's Big John size.
right. Yeah. Oh yeah. He was huge. But he's got an amateur wrestling background. He's from Ohio, and definitely a good interview. And Josh really enjoyed it too. Dude is huge.
I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah. And even Josh, Josh is pretty tall.
Mm-hmm.
Josh was like, you're tall. We had a really good conversation. He was a really nice guy. I'll tell you about it after, but he was a really nice guy. It was awesome to meet him and do it. And he was just really humble and he looked at me after the interview and he goes, man, you really did your research. Because I talked to him about his amateur wrestling background, his college, all that stuff. I kind of asked him about WWE, but not in a way that would squash his career or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a thought. All right. You're in high school.
Okay.
You're on the mat. You look across and you see that.
Madman Fulton?
Yes.
No, I'm leaving. I'm going home.
He didn't just, if he was even close to the height he is now, then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm just like, nah, you know what? Nah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right. Yeah. So, and then we're going to get into the hosts, right? So the first host that came on for the month was Master Taylor. And then she snuck in again last week. Like I said, she just snuck on in and was like, hi, what's up?
I think she's secretly trying to catch up.
I think
with
so.
With the other Master Weir.
Right. Well, Josh, we'll talk about that in a second.
Creeping.
He's right there. He's right behind him, like literally.
Tap his knee so he can't come.
Yeah. Josh is up
Sorry,
to.
Josh, just kidding.
Josh is there. My man, Josh. He's there. He is. That's when he signed the contract for sponsorship.
Blood.
But yeah, but anyways, yeah. So Josh creeped up to 7. He's one behind Master Weir.
Mm-hmm.
You're one behind him, and I'm not sure where Taylor's at. I don't know where I don't know if she's at 5 or where.
She's gotta be right close.
4 or 5.
Right
so
go ahead, go back through.
Right, and then of course the man, the myth, the legend here, Mr. Beals, came in at 5 and then came in again today for 6.
Two times in 1 month.
Woo! You know who there's only one other person that's done that. Master Weir.
Master Weir.
That's right. That is correct. He snuck in there too.
Yeah, eat that, Josh.
Yeah, but I had to say one thing about Josh. Josh has got the best T-shirt. He's got the best Rasslin Rage T-shirt.
He does. He snuck in there and bought that one before me and Mr. Weir could get him.
No, that was Mr. Weir. Master Weir got that one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the one that looked kind of like Pantera.
One, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I could make it
Josh
again.
got the one with your face
but
on
it wouldn't be as special anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying? All
Some
right.
things are meant to be one of a kind.
Right. So that's all the hosts. I'm not. I'm sure Master Weir will be back on at some point. And you know, I know Alan wants to come on. He was saying there he wants to be the I forget.
3 times.
Three time. Worth is gonna come on at some point again. I don't know. He's busy. He's got so much going on right now. But we'll get him in there eventually. I don't know. I mean, is he at Pro Wrestling All Stars today?
Probably.
I don't know. I have no idea. No big thing, of course. Just chatted about where to find 7-Eleven near their hotel. Oh, right on. Okay, but yeah. So now we are going to go to All the Rage, where we're going to talk only about All Out. It's coming up Saturday. All Out, where you'll be able to find all those wonderful matches and all that. Are you going to watch it?
I'm going to try.
Okay. There is no try. Do or do not. When we come back. Oh, it's doing it again.
All right, I'll explain the try, okay? For like the last 4 days, I've been fighting with a certain company that that has one of these and starts their name. I thought, hey, you know what? This prepaid thing is a pretty good deal. I'm gonna try it out.
Right.
So I went, got the modem, got it all hooked up. It worked for like a week. Now, sometimes you can find the modem when you search the networks. Sometimes you can't. And after like 48 hours, throughout a week on the phone with them, I'm like, wow. Started getting that so nice. And you know, to have anything done, we don't carry them. We can't send them out. You got to go to our store, and they'll replace it there. And the nearest store is, I think, Mall Road. And I'm like,
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Try.
Right.
If it works, I will. If not, well.
Right on. All right. So coming, we got AEW tomorrow. You have the pre-show. They're calling it the buy-in pre-show. And you have Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans. Then there's also the women's battle royale as well. I don't know why that's not listed on here for some reason. It's not. But the cool thing about that is we're going to see Roddy Piper's daughter.
Yes. Debut?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's
television debut.
Well, it might be her AEW debut,
yes.
But I don't know if it's her debut. But yeah. And then Luchasaurus, I guess somebody just messaged me. I think that was him. But Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt versus SCU. Going to be a good match.
Well, we know who Mrs. Weir is going to be rooting.
No, for sure, right? And then we have Riho versus Akira Shida. I think I got that pretty close.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
If not, you faked it well.
And then we have the Best Friends versus the Dark Order. Winners earn first round bye in the tag title tournament.
Mhm.
So, have they shown the tag titles? I haven't. I've seen the
I don't think that they have yet. I don't think that they've shown them. They might be holding out for the pay-per-view.
Could be. What do we got here? Oh yeah, Luchasaurus. Okay, so yeah, AAA Tag Team Championship ladder match: the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. I'm kind of tired of seeing these guys. I really am. This is what, the third time now that we've seen this tag match.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Now it's a ladder match. We're gonna add a gimmick to it.
Right.
And,
In their defense, though, they don't have a lot of tags yet. Legitimate tags.
well, you could do something different. I don't know, like this. What it is this constant. It's this back and forth between AAA and AEW, and it's. I get it, but at the same time, I'm kind of tired of it already. It's run its course.
I have a question because I haven't had a chance to really catch up. Phoenix lost his mask
I think so.
because I'm wondering if he's going to stick to the lucha tradition. Which I know I'm a bit anal sometimes about tradition, but
He said anal.
and keep it up. I know I got to throw a dollar in, right? But I wonder if he'll keep it up.
I don't know. Why we won't? I don't know. I haven't seen anything that he's done a show on since, so I haven't really paid attention to it that much. Well, then we got Cody versus Shawn Spears after that chair shot to Cody took at the last pay-per-view there, or whatever you want to call it, the free preview.
You know what? And I got to be honest here. I know Cody's hot right now, but I'm kind of rooting for Shawn Spears.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and he just married. He just got married to what's her name from WWE.
well, he got
Peyton Royce.
yeah he got screwed in WWE. Let's be honest.
He got what?
He got screwed.
Well, yeah. And then Kenny Omega Pac. So Pac's coming to AEW.
Yes.
It was supposed to be versus John Moxley, but Moxley's suffering from MRSA in his elbow.
Yes.
So he had to back out. And now we have Pac, which, dude, that's going to be awesome. Because, he's an amazing wrestler. Anything, I don't care what he does. He could just stand there, and he's cool. You know what I mean?
And I love the Pac version better than the watered down that we seen before.
Right. Right.
This is back to Pac.
Right, for sure. And then we have the AEW World Championship match, Chris Jericho versus Hangman Page. Here's the question. Do you give the belt to the GOAT, or do you give it to the young guy?
I think they're going to go with the GOAT. But you know what? I in the last few pictures that I seen, I was telling my wife, I was like, wow, Jericho's finally starting to look a little bit. It's finally starting to show on him.
Yeah.
Does that change anything? I highly doubt it.
No, because he's still
Jericho
talking.
is still Jericho, yeah.
No, and he's still, like 1 minute you love him, and then he said something, and you're booing him. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
He can make you love or hate him at will.
For sure. I don't know. I just don't know. I think it would be the smart choice to create a program between him and Paige, and put the belt on Jericho.
Yes.
I really do.
I mean, even if you haven't
The title, what?
Yeah.
In case what's his name's watch, because if you don't, I can't even think of it right now. It'll be a second, but go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, if you put it on Jericho, then you have someone who has been there many, many times to bring legitimacy to the title and hold legitimacy.
Yeah, right.
And it's not like Paige's time isn't going to come. I mean, he's that close.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. I almost, so we're going to get tag titles. We know that as we've seen here, but I almost wonder if we're going to get a mid card title at some point too. You know what I mean?
I would think so.
I mean, yeah. That or because if you look at the general size of the roster for AEW, there's not very many big dudes.
No.
Luchasaurus is probably one of the bigger. Well, there's that tag team. but they're a tag team. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, when you look at other rosters, there's a lot of those big bodybuilder type guys. AEW doesn't have a lot of that. So is there a cruiserweight title? Is there what do you think they go to? Do they go to do they go to like some kind of Intercontinental Championship or a USA belt or something like that?
They're gonna lean
toward. You think so?
Yeah, and what I'm hoping, because AEW has been trying so hard to stay traditional, that they'll bring in a title that sets you up for the world title. Like it used to be the Intercontinental
like a platform,
title made you the number one contender. If you didn't get here, you definitely weren't going here.
Yeah.
And I would like to see that come back, where it's not just whoever they feel like making the number one contender.
Right.
It's, hey, I earned my way to here, and then from here, I'm going to earn it here.
For sure. So PKSA Port Huron says the bottom line is that when he wins the title, we have to thank him. Jericho.
I'd be okay with that.
Well, that's been his thing. That's a lot of it where he's like, you're thanking me. Everybody has to thank me. With that, that's all, that's it, right? That's all that's it. It's over. It's all rage, right? So we're going to go to what we call legit wrestling questions, where you can ask questions and I'll talk about some stuff too and all that good stuff. So get your questions ready, and we're losing viewers by the second. Bam, here we are. So before we talk or we get too many questions coming in, I want to remind everybody that the interview that will be coming up this week on Wednesday, September 4th, I do know the date now, at 10 a.m. with Big John Murray is coming out, and you can watch that at 10 a.m. I don't know what I'm going to put up on for Monday yet. I'll figure it out. We'll get there. Okay. Maybe it'll be a throwback. Who knows? But don't forget, upload days are Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays, you can watch the premiere at 10 a.m. or you can go back and watch the video at any time. The premiere, though, with the premiere, it premieres, and you can't fast forward through it or anything. Like, you have to watch it, or you don't watch it at all, right? One or the other. But after the premiere is over, you can go back and you can fast forward, you can reverse, you can do all that stuff. So, whatever. But that's why I say you can watch premiere or any other time after like that.
So, me, I have to watch them later on.
Yeah.
Because the littlest little man, he ain't having it.
No. It's all right. I understand.
At 10 a.m. is where he's just starting to get. He's got the engines revved up and he's ready to go about 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. They want to know, will you cry? Will Danny cry when I ban him from co-hosting the Rage?
That's got to be from Mr. Weir.
It is.
What am I going to do about it? It's better than getting kicked in the head.
What is your favorite interview so far? It's hard to pick just one. I'm going to go with the ones that are released, that you've seen, and everybody has seen. I think that the Rohit Raju interview was probably one of the better ones that I've done so far. And I go back to Dre Jacobs because I had a really good time talking with Dre Jacobs. I really did. I learned a lot about Dre Jacobs that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
What I did learn, I have a whole lot more respect for him now. A whole lot more respect for him now. And now there's a relationship there, a little, right. You know what I'm saying? And like I could reach out to him and say, hey, you want to do another interview? And I'm sure he's going to be like, yeah, no problem.
Don't let it fool you. Heidi Katrina's right there too. I watched it. I watched it live.
I enjoyed that interview, but let's see here. What will Master Weir cry when I ban them from hosting? What? You don't have that kind of power, whiteboard man. Oh Lord, is there anything we could do to bring you back as a fan? Huh? Oh, is there anything WWE could do to bring you back as a fan?
Ooh.
Give it. Well, okay. So listen, I don't find it entertaining. I watch the matches if I need to. I actually watch NXT from time to time, but other than that, that's it.
But I want to be. I really do. I want to be a fan of WWE again. Can they get back to that point? I don't know. Because they would have to go back really running is like the Attitude Era kind of thing or close to it. We don't have to go back to that.
Yeah.
Too predictable now. You know,
oh yeah.
I haven't watched in bet it's been 6 months.
Oh yeah.
And
I tried to watch SummerSlam.
Yeah, I could go back and watch Raw.
Yeah.
This coming Monday, and really not have missed anything, or if I did, I could be caught up by the next Monday.
Let's see here. Do you think the moving of NXT was to try and run AEW off TV?
Absolutely.
You think
that
so?
Was strategic.
I don't know.
I don't think they plan on running AEW off. I think they just want to compete with. You know, really, I'm also excited about the new NWA coming back.
True, I am too, because that's going to be studio in Atlanta down there. That's a hard question to ask. I do think that it is a retaliation, but I don't know. If there was somebody like Josh said last week, that personally is NXT's the better product.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal opinion.
Yes. Now, I also read, and you know, you can't always believe what you read. I also read that Vince is talking about taking over NXT.
Well, yeah, and I heard that too.
And if that happens,
it's done. It's over.
It's absolutely.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
You know,
NXT's gone.
There's the answer to the question. Vince McMahon retires.
Ban all PC terminology.
Triple H takes over Raw and SmackDown, or Triple H and Shane and Steph take over Raw and SmackDown. I will be a fan again.
I don't know if that's what it will take.
Because I'm still
it's like the government. There's so much bureaucracy involved in WWE that I don't know.
I would hope. Listen, I would give them a chance then.
Because there's got to be.
Not that.
Listen, let's think about it in business aspects, right? And not in wrestling, right? Business aspect. In any business, there's a culture, and the culture starts at the top and works its way down. It doesn't go the other way.
Absolutely.
It always does. So if that's the way it is at the top, and that's the way it is, then how long will it take you to root that culture out?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like serious, that's restructure.
Yeah, it would be a very long
the old
time.
man ain't gonna restructure that.
No, and you know what? And let me be clear here. I don't want to take anything away from Vince, because if it wasn't for Vince, there wouldn't be Mania. There wouldn't have been an Undertaker. You know, there wouldn't have been.
You can't diminish what he's done for the business.
I think it's just.
But
his time,
I think his card's about up.
Yeah, he doesn't understand what really the people want. He thinks he knows, and he's been the boss for so long that when people who really know try and tell him, not listening. They don't listen.
There's a lot of people like that.
They're not listening to the fans. Oh, and it happens.
Yeah.
So I believe he's purposely trying to bury his own company. No, that's stupid.
No.
It's just.
Well, some people will say you're stupid if you listen to the fans.
Yeah.
But as a business, as a wrestling business, if you don't give them what they want, who buys the ticket?
Well, that's it. Here's the thing: when Taker lost, Triple H came out the next Monday and said, "We don't care if you like it or not," and laughed at the fans and said, "Because you're still going to be here." And what did the fans do? Stop being there.
Right.
They're whether they did it purposely. I know I didn't. I just quit because it wasn't as good as it used to be. But the fans are speaking, and they're speaking very loudly.
Right. Yeah. And they're not speaking. They're speaking in two different ways: words and action.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not showing up. That's relevant with all these shows, all these dark shows they're doing that they're canceling. They're not selling enough tickets.
Ever hear of WWE canceling a show? Never.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But so we also have, let's see, what match would you love to see but will probably never happen? Well, I mean, right off the top of my head would be AJ Styles, Shawn Michaels. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Another one would probably, man, I would love to see, like, right now, I would really like to see a Will Ospreay versus Ricochet again. That would be a nice one. I don't know if that, can't say that will never happen, but currently, at least for 5 years, isn't happening. Right. Because, you know, Ospreay's with New Japan and under contract, and Ricochet with WWE, obviously. Talk about somebody moving up from the NXT roster to the main roster really fast. Ricochet was one of those guys. And, I mean, Adam Cole's still down in NXT. And Adam Cole, I think Adam Cole's all around better than Ricochet. Ricochet's moveset is amazing. He's athletic and whatever, but as far as psychology, the whole package, Adam Cole's the man.
Yeah. But, you know, I think that, too, is done on purpose. Ricochet came up and proved that he belonged to the roster. Adam Cole does, too. But if he goes up to the main roster, he's still a big fish, but he's in a great big ocean.
I get that.
And in NXT, he's an anchor. You know?
Yeah.
He right now I would go out and say he is Mr. NXT.
There is so much great talent in NXT. I mean, like I could watch NXT and that's it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
You know, let's do this. There's a lot of guys who are on the main roster now who better be up in their game. Because with what we're seeing in NXT, I don't think anybody up there is safe.
But you know, that's the thing though, is that you got these guys that are in NXT and they're great, they're awesome, and then they come into the main roster and they sizzle out because they aren't doing anything with them. I mean, Bobby Roode. I mean, what is going on, dude? You know what I mean? Like,
they blew their opportunity with Bobby Roode because they had James Storm,
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, one of the biggest stars in Japan, and you know, I hate
Finn Balor.
I hate being right. When they brought in Nakamura, me and you talked about it, and I said they're gonna do with him like they do with every other Asian wrestler, and they're gonna bring him along a little bit, and then they're gonna bury him. Exactly what they've done. Wasted talent. I mean, if he should cut and run as fast as he can, go back to Japan.
Oh well, in AJ, you know, him and AJ are really good buddies. And AJ's, he said, this is it. I'm done after this. Yeah. Once this contract runs out, I'm retired. I'm done. You know what he does. He may do something backstage, whatever, but he said he is done wrestling after this contract. And I think it's because he's got young kids and he wants to be a dad.
Yeah. Well, you know, and AJ's 20 years in,
right? Well, and that's what I'm saying is I think that once AJ's not there to influence Shinsuke, because that's who influenced Shinsuke to come to the United States, I think that Shinsuke will go back to Japan.
And he'll be treated like he was.
Well, he'll be treated like royalty.
Yes.
And if we don't see a Shinsuke Nakamura versus Okada very soon after that, I'll be very upset.
But that's, I'll admit, I'm a big Nakamura fan, but I tell people who say, I'm not big on Nakamura. I was like, you've never watched New Japan. Because when he was doing him, not this watered down version, but he was Nakamura. Unbeatable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like the heel. But I don't like the watered down heel. I like full out heel.
Yes. He was healing in NJPW.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and he will kick your head off your shoulders. I mean, that kind of heel.
Right.
It's the difference between America and Japan. I mean, and the people who know me know that given the choice, I'm Japanese wrestling full on.
You see, and that's probably why you would Shogun, because Shogun's huge in Japanese wrestling.
That style, and the Japanese people appreciate wrestling. Here we kind of want the show with it.
Right.
There they want the wrestling. I always go back to LaFon and Furness when they were here. The fans hated them. They booed them. because they weren't American entertaining.
Right.
They got in the ring. They hold after hold after hold after hold. They beat you down. They wore you down. Then they beat you up afterward and pinned you. You know,
Right.
Japanese style, where this is what they want. You know,
Right.
and they got so frustrated with the American fans. They were like, "Bro, we're going back to Japan."
Well, and it's a different thing everywhere you go. I mean, I think I've said this before, but even here in the States, there's different fans, different crowds. I went to an Evolve show. It was a doubleheader show. They did an Evolve and a Progress show. They did the Evolve earlier, and then they did the Progress show. Some guys that were on Evolve were on Progress, and vice versa, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But so we did. There was a 2-3 hour show for Evolve. We all left. We all come back. I had the same seat, but when I come back in, I totally noticed it was like a punk rock crowd. That's the way they were. They were, you know, like, and I'm not trying to be like, you know, they're punk rock, but I mean, you know, cut off sleeve, the studded jackets, spiked hair, punk rock. I mean, not trying to be whatever, but that was the majority of that crowd, and they were rowdy, wild, and it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yes,
I did.
You know, another group that I like is the UK. They got more of that smash mouth style. Even their smaller guys.
Yeah, British strong style type.
Yeah. You know, it's an elbow to the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
P.
that,
Dunn.
Yeah, that European uppercut. It's
That guy is so like.
You know, he is my favorite male wrestler from the UK.
He's legit reminds me of like a gangster.
Yes.
Like a.
It will come break your arm.
Yeah.
Because you'll win $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I met him with the rest of them over at Mustache Mountain, I met him at the Progress show, and they were all, dude. He had this big fat wad of cash, and I got all 3 of their autographs in that 8x10 and a selfie with them for $10.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah." That's
We're
exactly what he did. He looked at his watch. He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." Well, guys, I appreciate the questions, and I appreciate coming on the show again.
Thank you again.
Come in, Mr. How you doing? Thanks for coming on. You know, again, we're going to be live again next week, Friday, 8 o'clock. The show will be moving very soon, though, so keep an eye out for that. And also, don't forget to catch that interview with Big John Murray on Wednesday, September 4th at 10 a.m. Of course, you can watch it any time after that, but that's when it'll be premiering, okay? And then all the other interviews that'll be coming up for the rest of the month, like we talked about earlier, all right? So, again, thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I hope to see you again next week, and don't forget to watch all that good stuff on there. You have a good one. Have a good one. Peace out, everybody. Rasslin Rage.
We are the Death Road Army. Vehicle City Villain Aaron Orion. Black Diamond Jack Price.
The Wild Child Jody Threat.
And Weaponized Alex Weir. And you're watching Rasslin Rage live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock on YouTube.